Okay, he's proceeding with his own agenda, but I think some agendas are common. So let me play out a bite of Yogi Adityanath on Rahul Gandhi. I think there's a commonality here. I think that's where he shares the commonality with other organizational functionaries. Let me play out his bite, Rahul Gandhi.
भारत जोड़ो भारत तोड़ो अभियान का हिस्सा है। ये जहां जाते हैं, दक्षिण में जाएंगे तो उत्तर भारत की निंदा करेंगे, उत्तर में आएंगे तो दक्षिण की निंदा करेंगे, भारत से बाहर जाएंगे तो भारत की निंदा करेंगे। इसलिए इनके आचरण को देश समझ चुका है, लेकिन भारत की राजनीति में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए राहुल जैसे कुछ नमूने जरूर रहने चाहिए, जिससे एक रास्ता हमेशा के लिए साफ होता रहे, अच्छा रहता है।
So, Dr. Verma, one thing is very clear that whether it's the dispensation in Delhi, whether it's the dispensation in UP, the hard relationship between BJP and the opposition stays. And enemy number one, Rahul Gandhi remains.
Not only an enemy, but
I mean to say, he used a word called namuna.
So it's a facilitator also. I mean, the staying of Rahul and saying all sort of nonsense things, the BJP would like to capitalize on that. As he was saying just now, that Rahul has, to be a little careful as leader of the opposition, and various of his statements are not, in a very, right perspective or put properly. So he has to be as a leader of the opposition in a very important constitutional position, whether you are outside the country or inside the country. Whenever you are speaking, you should be a little careful about that. One is remembering Indira Gandhi, when somebody asked long back when Indira Gandhi was visiting US, that something about happening in India, then she blankly put her foot down and said, I am not going to speak anything against my country. So there are parallels which have in his own family that he has to learn. And he is a responsible leader. He is a responsible person. He cannot say anything that he feels like saying inside and outside. And therefore, I don't think that if he continues to say and the way he continues to behave in public domain, I think that's a catch point for the BJP. And that's
let me get back to the moot point of the conversation. Ajoy, what makes Yogi Adityanath unique in BJP's ecosystem today?
He's a totally individual person. He doesn't come as somebody correctly said, I think it was Sunita, who said that he doesn't come from the BJP mainstream. He doesn't come from the RSS. In fact, at one point, his relations with the RSS was openly hostile. I remember a lot of the times, some of his really extreme statements, when we used to discuss it on talk shows, say about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, BJP spokespersons on television used to distance themselves, saying this is not a party position. He's making his statement, and please don't he does not represent the BJP. So I think Yogi's strength and weakness is both his individuality. He is a maverick politician. He's a maverick politician who represents thinking out of the box. Now, sometimes what happens when there's huge confusion in mainstream politics, a maverick politician sometimes succeeds. He may not last very long, because I don't think such a diverse country as India can be really ruled by such extreme positions. I mean, throughout history, you will find, because India is not.
But Ajay, if you can answer this, what do you do when other chief ministers, if I may use the word, mimic Yogi? I mean, so if you look at Bulldozer, if you look at what's happening in other parts, they have actually mimicked him.
Well, partly you have a leader who's very strong, who goes against even Supreme Court decisions, of not bulldozing buildings. and they get a certain amount of crowd sympathy.